Hello everyone. Although I taught using courses from Apex Learning for many years and have spent some time teaching with Moodle and Desire2Learn, I decided to look at Canvas for this assignment. I read that the U of M was transitioning from Moodle to Canvas over the next few years, and so I wanted to learn more about it. So first I wanted to do two things. First, I thought I would use Deering's 9.5 guidelines to evaluate Canvas, and second, because Kyle already did a great job critiquing Canvas for this assignment, after I finish going through some of Deering's guidelines, I'm going to focus on a specific course in Canvas instead of giving you a general overview. The first guideline Deering mentions is design experiences, not products. I think one of the ways to really improve engagement and the experience students will have while taking the class is through the apps which will work in Canvas. So under Settings, you go to Apps and LTI Tools. So lots of apps. Another one of Deering's guidelines is building trust by getting students involved. I think with Canvas, students can get more involved through Canvas' various collaborative tools, and once again through the various apps that are available in Canvas through LTI tools. In Deering's next step, guide learners as designers, he mentions that students could upload their stories. Once again, I think that students could do this through the collaborative tools in Canvas and through the various apps available on Canvas. In fact, many, if not most, of Deering's guidelines, I believe, will need to be met through the various collaboration tools in Canvas or through apps. Canvas seems to mainly be for getting assignments, grading, providing information, etc. It does not seem to be designed with technology transformations in mind. If a teacher is to provide the opportunity to offer transformative learning, to recognize learners as experts, working without boundaries, encouraging innovation and curiosity, etc., then they'll need to make an effort to do these things. Now I'll look at the course in Canvas named Critical Thinking. In trying to decide which class to discuss, I realized that the courses given as demos are often missing information that would have been helpful. So as a teacher, I did not feel like I got a real feel about how the class would run for a whole semester with a full class. For example, in the course I picked, there are only 6 students. And the quizzes are only given questions. Let's see the quizzes here. Are only giving questions for 4 out of the 8 assessments. So you see they have 3 questions here, 0 questions for the final, 10 questions for the midterm. So although I felt like I got a sense of what Canvas was offering, I thought it would have been helpful if they would have had a complete semester with maybe 30 students in it. One thing I liked about Canvas was that you were able to choose how your homepage looked, whether you did a course activity stream, course modules, assignment list, syllabus. I found the course modules to be the most appealing. And then I also like the course setup checklist, that you can import content, add course assignments, add students, add files, choose a course homepage, as we already did. But I just thought that that looked like a great thing, a great option to have in Canvas. And they only recommend this for foreign language courses, but I thought it was interesting under Settings. That you could pick a different language to for the course, and so I decided to change it to Norwegian here. And so obviously they said it's good for foreign language, but it could have some other uses. So I'll change it back here. And as far as some of the things I have set up here for logical fallacies, if you click on that, it's just a link to an article. It seemed like a lot of text-based information. Not a lot of videos that I was able to see. And I do think videos are a great way of appealing to students and showing them things that they may not have an opportunity to see on their own. I think as an English teacher, I know it's great if people can go to the Guthrie and see a production of Hamlet, but if they're not given that opportunity, I think it's great to be able to watch a video of a production of Hamlet. You're still kind of in a dark room, still watching professional actors, and so I think that's one thing that video can do for us is take people to places maybe they're not able to go to on their own at that moment. So I wish I saw more videos or things like that in Canvas. And then I also liked under logical fallacies that you need to, this is a typical assignment where you're doing more collaborative things where you're responding to other students' postings. So I was glad to see that. And then also I liked in the State of the Union analysis that there's an opportunity for peer review. And I liked to see under projects, the group data project. That students were given the opportunity to identify an area of interest. And so that's more in line, I think, with the Deering's guidelines where students are self-selecting information and becoming experts on that. I think that's a great thing to offer. And as far as the quizzes, it looks like they're mostly multiple choice, true, false, short answer. I'll show an example of one of the quizzes here. So basically with Canvas, is this a good design or a poor design? I think it's a good design, but I think it could be great if teachers strive to incorporate more of Deering's design guidelines into the assessments and other content. Thank you very much.